Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Dragonrealm. In the game of Dragonrealm, you are using your hand of cards to come up with ways in which to beat each of these different elements to get through to the bottom one, which is a dragon's lair. Once you've killed the dragon, the game is over, no matter if there's other areas still on the board or not. The way in which you're going to defeat each of the areas is through rolling dice. You need to roll the number equal to or higher than that of the icon. There are three different icons. There are three different icons on each card: sneak, search, or storm. If you wish to sneak, you need to play cards out of your hand that show a number of cards in a row with the numbers. So at the moment, I could sneak with 2. Me playing these two means I'm going to roll 2 dice. I roll those 2 dice. I have failed because I was looking for an 8. In order for me to succeed at that, I would have needed to roll the maximum, which is 2 4s. If I had succeeded, I would put one of my guys onto that position. If something has a circle around it like that, that means I would actually put 2 guys up. Once this is full of people attacking in the snake pit, whoever has the most guys there will get 7 points and the card. Notice these little dragon pictures down the bottom, they're worth points at the end of the game as well. These are the points. If however I failed, which I did before, I would take one of my guys and put it on the Adventurer's Academy. What that enables me to do on a future roll, if I played those 2 again and rolled again, maybe I had a 4 and a 3, that's a little bit short. I can take 1 off the Adventurer's Academy to add 1 to that dice to make it equal to the amount that I need. The next action I can do is storm. I can't actually storm because I don't have the appropriate stuff. What I would need to be able to storm is cards of the same number. So notice there's 2 2s. That would allow me to roll 2 dice. I'm looking for a 4 out of those 2 dice. I've rolled a 7. So that would actually allow me to get 1 guy up there because I was looking for a 4. Once I've played those cards, they get discarded. Notice earlier with the sneak attack, when it didn't work, I pulled those cards back into my hand. That is the appropriate way to play. The third way to go is with a storm action, and storm is looking for cards of the same color. So I've got 2 there, and I'd be looking for a 5 off these 2 dice, which once again I have achieved, and so I would put my guy up there. Those 2 cards would then get discarded. The other thing that I can do on a turn is to draw cards. I can either draw one of these 2 cards or the face down card, and I'll get to do that twice as my action. So I might go, oh, I really want that 12, of course that gets those 2 together. The next one gets flipped out, and I might take a face down one. And that is pretty much the game. You do have a hand limit of 9 cards, so I could continue to do my rest action, which is take 2 more cards until I had 9. Once I have 9, I can't continue to do that. Within the cards, there are these goblin cards. So at the bottom, it tells you which spot the goblin arrives on. So this one says left, so 1 goblin would arrive there. That then goes into the discard pile. It doesn't go into your hand. So if anyone's pulling one of them out, they just play it immediately and it happens. What the goblins do is they fill up the spaces, and they can actually take part of the points. So if goblins have managed to do that, the goblins have won this spot, so they would get 7 points. I mean, you don't have to give them the 7 points. Of course, it doesn't matter, but no one else can get the 7 points. Orange, again, gets 4 points. Of course, he's second. And blue, and this is the case with all of them, would get 1 point for just being in there. If that's what it looked like, pretending that hole didn't exist, both orange and the goblins have equaled, which means they add this up, so that's 11, so they would get 5 points each. So it's basically those 2 first and second positions added together and divided by 2, rounding down of course, so they would get 5 points each. The goblin wouldn't take this, orange would take this. Of course, goblins have no use for this. They just take it if they happen to be the winning player on the board. And blue would once again only get 1 point. If that's what it looked like, orange would obviously get the 7 points. Those 2 would share the 4, so this guy would get 2 points. Goblins don't actually mean any points. And orange will take the card. If there was a tie like that, so there's 13 points total, each player would get 4 points, so it's 12 divided by the 3, and no one would take the card simply because it's divided between the 2 players, so that one would get discarded as well. The other cards that can come out look like this, and what that's asking us to do is to go into your hand and pass one of the adventurers to your right, and that will go all the way around. If you have no cards in your hand, you would just give the next card from the top to the player on your right. Once someone completes that, that is replaced with a new card, and that goes through until this one comes out. Once this one has been completed, it doesn't matter if the others are completed or not, the game finishes straight away. Score these ones as if they had been completed, so whatever happens to be in there is how it will happen to score. If there is only one colour in a place, by the way, they get all the points and the Dragonstones as well. Then add up the points and the Dragonstones that everyone has, and whoever has the most is the winner. The only other thing I haven't dealt with is these cards. You get dealt 3 of them at the beginning of the game. You have a choice of taking 2 level 1 cards or 1 level 2 card. And what you're going to do is you're going to choose one of them, and he might choose that one, put that face down and discard the others. At any point he can play that. Once it's been played, it stays face up in front of him, and that will add to all explores that he happens to do during the game. So it basically adds to the dice roll, and that will stay in front of him for the rest of the game. So please go on and watch my gameplay to get a feel for how the game actually plays. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be gamesplaned, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games that I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.